Hello, and welcome to my TED Talk, either Bell or Dr. Gerson. This is Dylan Attridge, going to talk to you about this wonderful timer app that was created using Handlebar Labs, and me watching a video, and me attempting things and failing over and over again. So let us begin. To begin, at this top of this wonderful page here, I will show you that the app works in a moment, and I will apologize if this crashes in the middle of the video just because I have to run my processor at 40%, otherwise it just starts restarting. So, I have to run it at 80 to get this to function properly, so hopefully it doesn't restart. Well, to begin we have to import React from React. This will install all the React dependencies in order for us to run the project correctly. So what we are importing is pretty much the style sheet, which is going to give us all the styles that we create. Text, which will show the text up on the screen, the view, which is the entirety of the screen, status bar, touchable opacity, which is what you touch, the dimensions, picker, so on and so forth. So, to begin, we create a constant variable. This variable is not going to change at all throughout the program, which is to get the window, which is the window here on the phone. So next we have all the styles. We have our whole entire container, which as you can see it is this black color, which is kind of around this outer edge. Everything's aligned to the center, everything's justified into the center of content. We got our button here, which is our start button, which has this nice little border color here. As you can see, my Visual Studio is kind of advanced here with the color scheme here, thanks to me working from our mobile app team and then helping me set that up way back in the day. But yeah, this is now going to give us like all the width of the button, like where we want the button to be, like with the screen being like divided by 2 and all that stuff, and it being in the center. We have like a margin top, so that way there's like a nice little space between the minutes and seconds. As you can see, you kind of just saw the picker. Now we have the text for the button, which as you can see is still this bright blue color here. We have the timer text, as you can see is white. Oops. And then I don't want to set that to 20 minutes actually. I'll do this to show you the colors of the buttons when it stops. Once you click start to stop the timer, oh my gosh, the scroll is awful on this thing, I forgot. I normally test this on my iPhone, not the Android picker. As you can see, the button says stop it. There, button text, the picker is, the width of it is a nice little 50. Picker item, how the background of it is white and all that good stuff. And then the container, how it's showing all of these in different rows. Alright, now on to the number formatter. This is going to format the numbers up on the screen when you click start, how they're formatted like this. It also pretty much tells the app what exactly is like 60 seconds, how long a minute is, which is to get all the math behind that. And it will return the minutes formatted and then the seconds formatted. Now we're also creating this array, which is going to pretty much show like what time you choose. We have an array full of like how many minutes you could choose and all that good stuff. But yeah, so you have 60 seconds, the available minutes, created array. Now we're exporting the class to extend the React component so that we can get like the state that the app is currently in. So this is the default state that the remaining time is 5 seconds. It's obviously starting at false. Yeah, so the default time here is 5 seconds, as I said. And the state is updating every single time a second clicks by. So this is checking to see if the prop's updated. So this is like pretty much saying that once it gets to 0, it'll stop the state, and it will no longer be updating. And it is double checking to make sure that. So yeah, it'll check the previous state as well as making sure as long as it's not 0, and it won't stop until it hits 0. And then it'll unmount it and clear the interval once it does. This function here is pretty much to tell it when to start, how to parse the remaining seconds, and we'll double check to see if it is running, because when it is running, as you can see here, it'll show the stop logo rather than the start logo. So if you want to stop it, there you go, and we'll clear the interval after. Now this is the stop. When you start it, obviously you can see that the stop button is there. It'll set the remaining state back to its default state, even though at this point in the app it doesn't, because it'll reset it back to whatever I just recently set it at. Yeah, so it changes the state to be like it's no longer running. This playtone thing was an attempt at me trying to add a little bit of a sound, so we're going to ignore that for now. I was already trying to get up on the upgrades, you know, feeling that. And this is everything that's getting rendered on the app, pretty much. So this is like for all these pickers, it'll show like the selected amount of minutes that I choose to do. I forgot me scrolling, my mouse doesn't really scroll through this as well. I was scrolling earlier. I don't know why that's not working. This as well. Okay, this one's at least scrolling, so you can see how you can kind of scroll. It's kind of hard to get it to do on the mouse because these were not made for Mies. But yeah, this is pretty much everything that's being rendered. It shows that there's a picture, shows the text in minutes and then the text in seconds. You can show that it's updating the state on the value change as the item keeps going down and keeps ticking down. This is calling that available seconds map, so that way we can keep getting the items for the picker. And then this is what is actually like being run and showing the logic behind that, which is calling all those functions above. As you can see, like this is checking to make sure that the timer is running. It's returning the minutes and the seconds here. It'll render the pickers and so on and so forth. If it is not running and it is stopped, keep clicking out of that, so that way this isn't being shown. And so yeah, so I'm going to show it as it counts down. I'm going to put the minutes as to 0 so that we don't have to sit here watching for too long. I'll put it at 5. So as you can see, it's going to count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and once it hits 0, it stops. It stops and reset. It doesn't go into the negative seconds. So yeah, sorry this is taking a lot longer than I thought, but this is the app. That is all the code, and I can't wait to have this little audio play, because I got a little special surprise, hopefully, for, yeah, if I can get it to work. So yeah, thank you. Goodbye.